What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we've got some more Rise of Iron info to talk about, and this is all regarding the brand new social space we're getting in Rise of Iron, which is called Felwinter Peak. We're going to be looking at the new vendors, what they've got for sale, some of the Easter eggs and secrets you'll find, and generally what to expect from Felwinter Peak as a social space. So the entire area is set at the top of a mountain which overlooks the Cosmodrome and the Plague Lands, and it's essentially the center hub for all the quests and missions you'll be picking up for the Rise of Iron. So the first interaction you'll have with this space in the expansion is one of the first ever missions where you take back this social space from the Fallen, and it's going to be their enemy stronghold, and you're going to have to go through and clear them all out. Now, as a minor spoiler to the story, they do actually say in this first mission, they've left Sepix Perfected to actually guard at this social space, and that is the main boss you'll be facing here. So it's evident that the Splicers have actually rebuilt Sepix in some kind of way and made him once again reborn, and they've put him basically on top of Felwinter Peak to guard it. In this shot, you can see in one of the early trailers, we can see there's actually a giant orb which looks very similar to Sepix Perfected, and he's firing down on the player. So this appears to be one of the fighting scenes. Then obviously you're not going to completely kill him, he's going to run away, and you'll face him later in his own Sepix Perfected strike, which is the remade version of the Devil's Lair. But you can hear Cade saying that he's not going to get away this time, so it kind of implies that he got away the first time when you face him at the top of Felwinter Peak, but when you go into the strike, that's where you actually kill him. So of course, once you do clear out Sepix from this area and you'd actually liberate it, you're going to be able to use this place as your own tower. And they've mentioned how this is not a replacement for the tower, that's still going to have its own purposes. This is of course in an alternate version, just how the Reef was. Now Iron Banner is also going to be ran from Felwinter Peak. There's a new area that opens up just for Iron Banner to be ran. So of course that means it's not going to be ran from the tower anymore. There's also a secret way to open up that area which Iron Banner is ran from in Felwinter Peak. And there's apparently a secret way to access there when Iron Banner isn't even running. I may have a clue of how to actually access this, but I'll mention that later in the video when we got into some of these secrets. Now into some of the vendors, we can see Tyra Khan is one of the most prevalent ones, and she appears to be the Cryptarch by the logos all over her, who also sells the brand new artifacts, which I made a video on. So this appears to be the first ever time you collect an Iron Lord's Legacy, which is what you can exchange for the artifacts. You can also see in the text how you can wait until she is selling an artifact you want, because every week she is going to refresh. So if you don't like her stock this week, you can hold on to that Iron Legacy, and then next week you can buy a different one. But it's probably recommended you buy one each week, because you only get one Legacy per week. That's obviously going to be one of the main functions of Tyra Khan, in addition to what appears to be a Cryptarch. We can also spot the Eververse Kiosk, which of course you can buy microtransactions and dances from her and emotes and stuff like that. There's also the Postmaster and the Bounty Tracker, as you would normally expect. You can also see Lord Saladin over here. You can't see him directly because he's hidden behind the player model, but this is him. I'm unsure if Saladin is the one running Iron Banner this time round. You would assume he'd still be, but maybe he moves over here to the secret area that Iron Banner is ran from, or maybe this could be that area, or maybe someone else entirely runs Iron Banner from now on. But it's probably most likely that Saladin still runs it, seeing as you can see the text under his name. So maybe that is actually the special area we're looking at right now that it's ran from, but they don't show off very much of it. Now, a vendor we do get to see quite a lot of is this character called Shiro 4, and this is a friend of Cade 6 in the tower. So he also tracks Vanguard rep, so evidently you can open up packages with him if you get one. He offers up 4 Iron Lord bounties which give you Vanguard reputation. The first one is to use Iron Battle Axes or powerful enemy weapons on hostile threats. Makes me wonder what kind of enemy powerful weapons these are that we can use, but it sounds pretty cool. There's also one to kill Fallen with arc damage and kill Fallen mages or ultras. The final one is Archons Forge, which I mentioned in yesterday's video, the brand new arena activity. Now this is to complete a captain's encounter in Archons Forge. I'm thinking a captain's encounter is somewhere around the middle, maybe like an Archons encounter is one of the top tier ones, and like a Dreg or a Vandal is like a lower tier one, with the captain around some in the middle. So the description reads the Archons Forge has ties to ancient fallen rituals where those seeking honor or the criminal accused can fight against their peers to prove their worth or innocence. So this sounds definitely like a battle arena, very similar to the Court of Oryx in the sense of proving yourself and trying to battle against peers in this very much like gladiator style arena. So if you look at the stock he's selling, you can see some class items. Notice it does say House of Judgment gear, which is probably a mistake in this build and something temporary. But there are 2 Titan marks and 1 Hunter Cloak. Strangely enough, nothing for the Warlock, so definitely a temporary build. There's a brand new Hunter Cloak we've never seen before. Looks really cool, like a gold version of the original Iron Banner Cloak. The middle one is Yolda's Sash, which is a Titan mark from Vanilla, the Iron Banner of course, and also Cinema's Iron Sash from House of Wolves Iron Banner. So definitely some temporary items. I wouldn't pay too much attention, mainly because there's no Warlock bond, and also it says House of Judgment gear, so probably temporary and still in development. But the bottom is super interesting. You can see weapon parts, which is new for a Vanguard vendor, and also armor materials, which is brand new for Destiny. Finally, someone is actually selling armor materials, which have never been sold before. I know a lot of people complaining, saying they're running low on these, and there's no way to buy them, so thankfully it's now a way to stock them. You'll also notice he's wearing the Lucky Raspberry, the Hunter Exotic, as a chest piece, which is pretty funny. I don't think I've ever seen a vendor wear something that we can wear as actual armor before, and especially not an exotic, so that's pretty strange. We can also see someone empowering an artifact when you get one from Tara Khan. You of course need to find the statue in the Mausoleum that corresponds to the Iron Lord's artifact. You'll be able to use it. They mentioned that from this bridge and also some of the other areas in this social space, you're able to see the full Plaguelands, as you can see right here. So a really cool view, and Destiny of course always had very good skyboxes and views from these social spaces. And they did say as well, if you look over the cliff, there are a lot of secrets to discover, so something else we'll find out. Now there are also wolves that will be prowling around here just as passive AI, unlike NPCs in the tower or the Queen's Guard in the reef. They don't appear that you can interact with them, but they're just kind of a part of the scenery. One of the final things they mentioned is that there are bells in the Mausoleum you can actually ring, and if you ring them in a certain order, something might happen. So probably some way to open up the secret Iron Banner area. Maybe something else happens, like all the wolves in the space start howling. I don't know. Comment down below what you think might happen as the Easter egg when you ring all the bells in a certain order. But definitely very cool to hear they've included all the Easter eggs. The main thing I want to know is there going to be a football or like a glowing bouncy ball that was in the tower, or that weird servitor core thing you can kick around in the reef to make it explode? Bungie have always been really good with the random Easter eggs, so no doubt they'll be existing here too. So that has been an extensive look at Felwinter Peak, our brand new social space in Rise of Iron. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, a like rating will be very much appreciated. Also, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on my future videos. And of course, the Game Informer article will be in the description if you want to see the full interview about Felwinter Peak and where I got the images from. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.